Morning everyone, and welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we talk about all things entrepreneurship and running. It's decent running conditions today. It's about 3 degrees, not a lot of wind, pretty fresh, so can't complain. And it's a Monday, and Mondays are Monday Motivation, where we cover all things productivity and business hacks, anything that can kind of give you that boost to your week or give you a bit of motivation for the week ahead. And today's topic is how to avoid the inevitable productivity daily lull. Okay, so if you want to hear more about this channel, please make sure you subscribe, and I'll tell you more about this episode. So, the inevitable productivity lull, or the inevitable daily productivity lull. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's something that hits us all, and I did a lot of research on this previously, where I talked about biological prime time, and what this is your energy levels throughout the day. And the idea is that when you're at higher energy levels, you focus on the more kind of demanding work, the more important work, kind of high level stuff where it may require a bit more focus. And when you drop into those inevitable low energy levels parts of the day, then you focus on kind of administrative work or stuff that's not as important to the bigger picture. And it's easier said than done, because so many of us out there don't actually know our biological prime time. I mean, I've done this, I've tested myself, I constantly test myself time and time again, and my prime time is kind of 10 o'clock in the morning through to about 2:30, and then I have an inevitable lull at kind of 2:30 to maybe 4, and then I hit my prime time again from probably about 4 till 6 maybe, if I stop work a bit earlier. So that's kind of how my flow goes, and occasionally, if I really need to, I can kick off another spike into the evening at kind of around 10 o'clock-ish. Before that's bizarre, isn't it? But 10 o'clock till midnight is often an area that I can cash in on some extra time should I need it. I don't do it very often, but occasionally when something important's on, I do so. But I know that because I've logged how I'm feeling throughout the day. So part number one is to understand your biological prime time. So you need to kind of do that exercise. It's pretty easy. Time track, spreadsheet, put all the times in. Time tracking app is another one. And simply log high energy, low energy for every half an hour throughout the day. Easy. And if you do that for a couple of weeks, you'll see a trend of when your energy levels are high and a trend when your energy levels are low. So when you've done that, you'll identify that we all have these inevitable troughs or lull points in the day when we just don't fancy it. I am not a morning person, probably something linked that I will often go to bed around midnight-ish, which is probably quite late for many people, but also I'll often be quite productive 10 till midnight, 10 p.m. till midnight. So then when I wake up, inevitably I'm still recharging from the energy I've exerted there. So in the morning, kind of anything from 7:30 through to 10, I'm struggling to get going, to be honest with you. And that's a really important lull. And the other one, as I said, was about 2:30 till 4. It's a big lull that I have there. So there's a couple of things you can do once you understand where these lulls are, and there's a couple of little productivity hacks that can be absolutely game changing. Because if you look at the compounding effect of over time, of if you could just turn those lulls into, maybe you're not high energy levels, but maybe you could just pull them back into kind of a more average level of energy as opposed to a low. You think of the compounding impact of the work output and productivity you give over the course of time, every single day, every month, every year. You'll be years ahead before you know it. That's why it's so important to understand this. So there's a couple of little hacks that you can use here. There's probably more, but these are the two that I use every single day to give me that edge. Number one, exercise, in my case running, is probably the best way, in my opinion, to get you through that groggy period, get you through those low energy levels. Hence, I do my running vlog every day around about 8:30. At weekends, I might slip to 9, half 9, but I'm not looking at working at the weekend, so I don't mind letting it slip a bit later. But this morning I woke up, I felt rotten, okay, and really didn't feel like it. Had a pounding headache, even in the warm-up on this run before I start vlogging. My head was hurting, I was still hurting, but now I start my vlog, I'm into the fresh air, cool breeze in my face, and I feel great. And I'll get home, have a shower, and I will be ready to start at 10 o'clock, before 10 o'clock probably, and I'll feel on top of my game, ready to go. Which I cannot stress how good it feels to start work in the morning when you feel good. There's nothing worse than opening your laptop or whatever you do in the morning and looking at whatever you've got to do and just going, oh, I really can't be bothered today. It is depressing. So exercise is one of the things. It doesn't have to be a run or a big workout. It can simply be a walk in the open air. It will really kickstart your kind of endorphins and kick a euphoric state, bring you back into a positive frame of mind. And it's so important. So the second one, which really helps, is caffeine. Okay, but you have to realise with caffeine is a little bit like alcohol in some respects. You're basically, when you take caffeine, you are borrowing energy from a further point in the day. You're borrowing that energy now, so you will get that lull later in the day. Okay, but if you time it right, you can borrow that energy when you need it, and then the lull can be like when you're chilling out in the evening with the wife or partner, whoever, watching TV or whatever, you know, where you're just relaxing, and then that's absolutely fine. It doesn't feel like a lull then, because you're not channeling your mind into doing anything demanding. So caffeine's the other one, and this is how I overcome my second low point of the day. So what I will always do every day, like clockwork, I come out for my run, I've overcome that kind of 7:30 till 10 a.m. lull, because the run has got me out there, got me positive, so I'm ready to start at 10. Then when we get to kind of after lunch, 2:30 time, I'll then start consciously knowing that my energy levels are starting to deplete. Food is a driver that makes your energy levels drop after you eat a big lunch. I do like a big lunch because I intermittent fast, so I don't have breakfast. So normally I have quite a big lunch, which is probably why I lull a little bit in the afternoons. But I don't go out for a walk generally. What I do on a Thursday and Friday quite often when I might do the school run, so that gets me out, freshens me up, ready to go when I get back. Or I simply take a coffee. Take a coffee at about 2 o'clock. It kicks in after about 20 minutes or so, and it pushes me through that lull. It might not push me up to give me the levels that exercise does, but it certainly brings me back to a more kind of level mindset, which enables me to crack on with stuff rather than that inevitable, oh, I can't be bothered. So caffeine is another good one. There are probably other supplements, other things you can probably take, but I try and do everything as organic as possible. And even though caffeine is a drug, coffee is kind of not seen in such a negative way as so many other supplements are out there. And there are some great ones. I'm not saying I'm anti-supplement, but I've always been trying to let my body handle things in its own way wherever possible. But coffee is something I just like drinking, so I inevitably have a couple of cups or a couple of mugs a day, I can't speak properly, which does give me that little lift in focus throughout the day. So, I hope this has been useful. So to summarise, understand your biological prime time, where are your energy highs and energy lows throughout the day. When you identify your lulls, you normally have 2 or 3 throughout the day. Okay, perhaps try and incorporate caffeine or exercise at those points to bring you back into a positive state of mind, to allow your productivity levels to exponentially grow. So, hope this has been useful. As always, the Runpreneur blog was set up for entrepreneurs, business owners, to help them overcome stress, anxiety, overwhelm by using exercise, and in this case running, as a mechanism to control, manage and thrive under these emotions, which every single entrepreneur and business owner experiences. The difference between success and failure can often be down to how that entrepreneur or business owner manages these emotions. The ones that do it well will take on more, they'll be in control, they'll strive, and they'll be on their journey to success. The ones that don't, pressure builds up, and then one of two things happens: either the entrepreneur breaks or the business breaks. Either or can often be terminal to the likelihood of your business lasting the test of time. Now, I've been on both sides. I've lost businesses because of this, where I've had the world on my shoulder, I've crumbled, lost businesses, lost a lot of money, and I'm now in the realms where I'm taking on more than I've ever taken on before, but I feel completely in control, and I feel like I'm thriving in my environment now, whereas before I would have felt like I'm spinning plates, dropping X, Y and Z, and it's just not a nice place to be. So my pledge to you, and this is no sale, no nothing here, is please do just drop me a message if you're one of these entrepreneurs that's struggling. I'll jump on a call with you. I've had a couple of entrepreneurs do this already. There's no sale, I'm not looking for anything. All I want to do is just give you a few stepping stones to try and help you get back onto the right pathway and keep you moving towards success rather than a breakdown. And I've always said that if this vlog just saves one entrepreneur or one business, it's been 1,000,000% worthwhile. So before you go, just make sure you subscribe and like this channel if you like the videos, and if you want to see more content similar to this, check out the playlist cards and the playlist section of this channel. Before you go as well, make sure you subscribe, you join my Facebook Runpreneur community group, where I'll be hosting a lot of my free resources that accompany this vlog. And all I have to say is stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.